Yo, what's going on, guys? Path. In today's video, I want to talk about how we can go from being a copper to a champion. And I've been a champion for a long time now, and I've been playing some of the best players like Stompin, Mingu, Kason, top tier guys. And I can tell you there's significantly a drastic difference between a copper level player to a champion. And it all starts out with your mindset. And there's a few very key things that we can do to help improve our games and help you win. And this all starts out with practicing. Firstly, you got to practice. And I don't mean just going in there in a ranked game, queuing it up, and just playing with the boys. I'm saying you got to go in shooting range and arcade and just practice and get your aim. So what I mean by that is when you go into a shooting range, have something in mind of what you're going to practice, whether it's recoil control, whether it's flicking, whether it's like your placement on your crosshairs, like all of that really matters. And so what I think that often gets overlooked is that when you talk about aim, yeah, mechanical movement, but specifically your placement it's got to be head level. It can't just be at the floor. It can't just be hip level. It's got to be head level, because oftentimes that's where the player's head will be. Sometimes they'll be crouching, but most of the times they'll be standing. Boom, headshot dead. So I think that's like firstly that you got to work on is practicing, because you're not going to become a champion unless you play a lot of hours and put in this game. And on top of the aim, you also got to work on movement. You know what I mean? Standing still, holding angles isn't always the best option, because it's timing. Timing matters a lot in this game, and also swinging. Oftentimes at a very high level, people are going to know where you're at, so you don't want to be very predictable all the time. So I'm going to load up shooting range right here, and then we'll just go on Ash, or maybe Twitch. Go on Twitch, and I'll show you guys. You got to make sure that your settings, you got to play in some good settings, and I have plenty of settings videos that you guys can look at. But it's like we're starting out here, right? You want to make sure your crosshair, like even when you're scoped in, you want to head low, but also want to be like when you're coming like this, when you're entering, because you don't want to just be like down here, because then you're gonna drag it up. And what matters most is timing, and you don't have a lot of time because it's one headshot game. Boom, dead, right? What if you're like scoping around like this? Well, you already had to aim up. How about you just go around the corner like this, like that? You know what I'm saying? And then you can also just, like stuff like that. Here's another thing. So if you want to go to options, this is how I practice. 120, big ball, 4 targets. You can have them walking sometimes. And so basically what this big ball does is this is all for just getting warmed up. So you go like this. And I'm not really warm right now, but as you can see, you get warmed up pretty quickly. So like stuff like that. It's all pretty big. And that's really just how you can dress it. And that's my recoil control. So sometimes I'll just come in here and sit here for like 5 minutes before I load up, just so I can have my recoil control down. And it's all very important, because it makes you like that. Now imagine you're just practicing for a while. Like you're just practicing sitting here on Twitch. So all this stuff matters, guys. So if we talk about aim, we talked about recoil control, we talked about movement. The next big thing besides all of this is operators. You got to specifically choose the operators that you want to win, because we want to win, right? So what are the most important operators on offense? Let's start with offense. Firstly, you need a hard breacher. If you guys want to win games, you're going to need a hard breacher every single round. 95% of the time, you're going to need a hard breacher. Unless you're going against, I don't know what map you could say, but I'm sure there's like there's an objective that doesn't need it. So like if you pick ace, for example, just become an ace player. Yeah, you don't always rely on just playing ace, but hard breachers are very important in this game. So these are all very important. And if you want to go fragging, to cash. I mean, if you want to get kills, that also is going to help because killing people. So we talk about operators. Then we'll go defense. You know, I'll just show you right here. Bandit, Doc, Goyu, Azami, Legion, Mira. You know, sometimes other operators. They're all very good options to choose from. So we got operators, aim, practicing, movement, recoil control, and basically those are all. And we got crosshair placement too. So that sets the difference. And I think one of the hardest ones that we don't have, a lot of people don't have, is team. You got to make sure that you have a team with you because a solo queue can be very hard to win games because, you know, comms, communication is very important. And so, you know, I don't recommend doing group posts just because you can find a lot of toxicity and toxic players that play that. But at the same time, sometimes, you know, you come out with, you know, teammates that you can create bonds with and continue to play with them going forward. And so, yeah, group posts can actually work sometimes. And so, yeah, if you want to go solo queue route, that's fine, go do it. But just be aware that, you know, when you're facing 5 stacks, you're at a disadvantage, and that's just how it is. So you're gonna want to stack up. You're gonna want to make sure you're picking the correct operators. Don't just pick an operator that you like. Main operators, that's not gonna get you champion. You know what I mean? There should be no such thing as, oh, I only play this player. You know what I mean? Just because you got Warden and SMG 12 crutches, that doesn't mean that they're always gonna be successful in winning games. Yeah, they might get kills, but we're trying to win, right? I'm trying to help you guys win. So we talked about operators, we talked about team, we talked about recoil control, which goes with aim, crosshair placement, you know, practicing, shooting range, arcade. You know, all of these things will significantly help you. And I guess lastly is play. As simple as it is, you just gotta play. Because you're not gonna become a champion overnight. You're not gonna become a top tier player just by not playing. You know, when I started with Siege, I was probably like a silver in Dustline all those years ago. And it took me a long time to get to where I am today. So I would say just play, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me down below. If you want to get carried, I'll play with some of y'all for sure. Just message me and yeah, we'll play. All right, peace out.